Hello and welcome everybody. This is your Mighty Rabid Snail. So, I have been gone for 2 days and am now coming back to try and pick up where I left off, the last few things in the intro that I wanted to cover, and then I'll probably make a few short videos addressing specific topics and issues as we level up. So one of the first things to notice is I've now expired on my total development. So this is no longer active. I don't have my watchtower, I don't have the sped up movement times, I don't have the cheaper revival costs. So I can re-enable if I have another total development option, or it's going to take me to here to try and buy one. I'm not going to bother with that. It's going to make it a little bit slower and a little bit harder, but for the purposes of showing you how to play the pieces and parts that I haven't already covered, that's not going to have any particular bearing. So one of the first things I can do is I can claim my free prize for the day. As you recall, you get one every day, every 20 hours I believe, and it moves. So this time it's under limited. It's pretty rare that it shows up there. It almost always shows up under battles, resources, or extras, occasionally materials. It moves each day, and the rewards you get are slightly different. So I don't know if this one is particularly applicable. It's always going to be some random stuff. If it's in battles, when you find it, it's probably going to have some more movement speed ups. If it's in resources, you'll probably get more resource items, whether that's construction materials or silver or something of that nature. If it's extra, it's kind of random stuff. You don't know what it's going to be. So anyway, I'll go ahead and claim it. And I have a green check, so I'll check my quests. It's asking if I like it. It's probably going to want me to rate it. Yeah, good, bad, indifferent. For what it is, I like it. It's, it appeals to some people and doesn't appeal to other people. So I have my daily jobs. Now, when I had the total development going, I get some of the effects of the premium, which is that I can do these instantly. So I don't have it now. So it's going to take me 2 minutes to do this one, so I can go ahead and start it. I could speed it up, but for 2 minutes, that's really not a very good use of your resources. You probably shouldn't waste them on that because they are limited, and there are things that you want to speed up that are far more expensive, take much longer time. Those are the ones you want to save those for. So while I was gone, a bunch of things happened. Some tournament events took place, some activities took place. So I got a gift from the administration. They did some maintenance, so they gave us some things. So speed ups, some gold, some extra daily jobs, and a couple of bonus chests. Don't forget to check your journal and claim these things, because otherwise you won't get them. Tournament is over. This actually is across all servers. So the top players are like in Kingdom 64, Kingdom 56. We can't even do that until the kingdom's unlocked anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's just there, the placeholder for right now. This particular tournament is over. We didn't participate as a clan because we're a computer-generated clan. There's no real collaboration. Nothing took place, and since I wasn't playing, I didn't participate anyway, so it doesn't matter. The king granted the title of coward. So here's one of the things that I'm talking about. So he can give, or she can give negative bonuses, if you will, to people that are being real pains in the behind. In this case, this particular one is everything he does is 10% slower march speed. And it lasts, I believe, for 1 week? Not sure. I've never had one, so I can't say for sure. So we'll go back to a newer page. Grant title of Quaestor de Mavoy. Gives them increased food, conquest and experience points. And dog, another negative one. Negative 10% army strength. Probably these people did something, or did a bunch of bad things. So I don't know why I got moved to a new clan. That's kind of strange. I've never seen that happen before. I assume it's another computer-generated clan. So let's look. Clan? Yep, it's another computer-generated clan. So for some reason it moved me to a new one. Don't know why. I've never seen that happen before. Doesn't really have any impact on me. Congratulations for your purchase from the bank. This actually was my free reward, which I just claimed. I didn't actually purchase it, but this is the things I got for it. And then they had some issues with the journal, which is this down here. And so there's a little bit of downtime, so a few lost messages as a result. And I think actually that's what this reward was for, even though, yeah, on April 13th. Order of the messages is not always perfect there. Apparently I didn't put them together, so regardless. Okay, so now as you recall, I said later on in the game, I don't claim these. In my other game, I've been playing for 2.5 months, 3 months now. I stopped claiming these a long time ago. I have well over 1,000 unclaimed activities. Sorry, achievements. I don't know how much it would affect my might if I claimed them, but Right now I'm at 1990 might. Let's claim a few of these and see what kind of effect it has. Maybe I'm wrong and it doesn't affect it, but I think it does. So these are things that I've completed, tasks I've done that I get credit for. So I claim this, I'll get a little bit of reward. So I got a few things. Yeah, so my might went from 1990 to 2040. I'm not able to fight any better because I claimed that. So that's why I say that it artificially inflates your might by doing this. But this early in the game, it really doesn't matter. But the rewards are worthwhile, right? So getting these, helpful. So it gets me might, yeah, but it also gets me chest, it gets me experience, it gets me silver and gold sometimes. Not very much, but a little bit. And it adds up. Gave me some tar that time. Gave me some daily tasks. Gave me an enchantment. Gave me some food and some silver. More food and silver. More food and silver. So silver helps me train more troops. Experience helps me level up my heroes. And early on in the game, they level up pretty fast. Later on, everything takes longer. But the benefit of leveling up my captains and hero now is now I can take more troops. Well, I don't necessarily have enough troops to take at this point. As my captains level up, they out-level my ability to fill up their capacity of troops. So I should probably train some more troops, especially since they take time. Now, if you remember, I've only got spearmen trained. So let's see if I can get something else trained. So I've got 480 valor points. So that's probably enough to train up archers. Let's see if I can do that. So all of that's under research. Archers are guardsmen, so are spearmen, so are riders. So I'll go to guardsmen, and I'll see if I can train archers. I can. And it's going to take me 4 minutes and 54 seconds. I'll ask my clan for help. If I'm lucky, somebody in the clan will click on that help button, which will speed it up by 1%, but we'll see. Otherwise, in 5 minutes, I'll have the ability to train them. So for right now, let's go ahead and train another 20 spearmen. I'll ask for help on that too, just to see. So there's something here. Somebody gave me a gift. So this individual finished a step in the story. That's over here. I've done one step in there. I can do another one. I'll go ahead and open this and see what I get. I got some silver for it. And that individual actually helped me with the 2 things I asked for help for. So that's good. Let's go ahead and do the next step. So go this. We'll start. I'm going to do the next step in this. I guess I hadn't already done this. So this is a story. It's got 10 steps. Everybody starts with this. I have yet to see another story show up. So as far as I know, this is the only one. It doesn't really have any bearing on the game whatsoever as far as I'm concerned, other than when you get to the end of the 10th step, your final choice will give you a buff that lasts for 1 week. So it's worth doing. You get some reward, you get a buff at the end that lasts for a week. I can't remember exactly what it helps you with, but it depends on what you pick. So we'll go ahead and start it. I'm not going to worry about reading through the story. I haven't been to the world view yet, so it always, when you first log in, it's always going to show you these, trying to sell you stuff before you get started, and then it won't show it again unless you click on one of these. So, okay, it created a temporary action. It's walking my captain there, or my hero there, and it'll walk you through a little script, and so you'll have some questions to answer. How do you react to this? So yeah, I'll just go ahead and choose. I don't believe it matters which route you go after. It gives you a little bit different results, but that's about it. You still finish it. You can't really fail it, so I don't really worry about it too much. So I'll go ahead and claim this. Gives me a little bit of might, gives me a chest. So I'll claim that, and I'm done for now. So the next step will be available in 20 hours. So I can come back in 20 hours and do this step, or at some point in the future, I'd let it set for days if I wanted to before I do that next step. It doesn't really matter. So that's all that's here. Once those 10 steps are done, if you finished it, this goes away. And in my time playing, I've never seen it show up again. So I don't know if there are potentials for others as you level up, but my hero is level 112 on the other server, and I have yet to see it after 3 months. So I guess that's it. So then this is the other big one. So in my prior videos, this was a different icon. This icon changes based on what current tournaments are going on. It doesn't really matter. It's just telling you, oh, this is kind of a new activity that's going on. But within this, there's going to be And that interrupted me. I have never seen that before, so I'll leave it in there, but I'll probably speed it up in the final video. Okay, so this is the current active tournaments. These change regularly. Some of them change on an hour or a couple hour basis. Some of them are a day or 2 days long. I don't believe I've seen one longer than 2 days. So anyway, the current ones are ongoing. Of course, it's just past Easter, but there's still Easter events going on. And if you scroll down, then these are kind of the more common generic ones that cycle through on a regular basis. You see them all the time. This Clash of Kingdoms is fighting from one kingdom to another. Since this is a locked kingdom, it's not, even though it's active, you can't do anything with it. So you just ignore it for right now. Once kingdom's unlocked, then this gives you the ability to attack another kingdom. Conqueror's Revival. This is resurrecting your troops. And if you click on it, it'll tell you. If you use gold and sacred potions to revive your troops that were killed when you attack another player, you get tournament points. Those tournament points are used to get these. Well, this is your conquest points. So it's kind of a bonus on top of what you've already earned by attacking another player, because killing their troops gives you conquest points. You get enough tournament points from doing that, and you get this. And you'll get a claim button over here once you have 3,000 tournament points. That'll gain you another 780 conquest points. And there's usually several tiers of it. Now, this only lasts for a few hours during the day. So if you're in the process of doing something where you're attacking other people, you don't do it a lot early on because of the rules of the kingdoms. Most of the time, the rules of engagement say you shouldn't attack other people that are, below half your might. It depends on the kingdom you're in, what the rules are. It's whatever the kingdom has defined, whatever the current king has set up. They can change. It varies. If you don't use the points before this time frame is up, they go away. So if you gain 3,000 tournament points, make sure you get in here and claim this before this window goes away, or you'll lose whatever benefit was in there. And it'll be back in, 5 days, 6 days probably. Then Thirst for Battle. This is another one that ends in an hour and a half from now. It probably started half an hour ago. This is reviving players that... Okay, so you'd get double bonus. If you attack somebody right now and then revive those troops, you'd get bonuses here. You get bonuses for the last one I looked at. But this one doesn't give you the tournament points and level by level. It's if you get enough points, you can get ranked. If you're in the top 100 ranks for this particular tournament, you get a bonus, which could be one of these. Now, obviously, the lower down in the ranking, the less the bonus you get. These are used for summoning or for training monsters. This is for going to epic crypts. This is for rare crypts. But this is across all kingdoms. So you're facing off against kingdoms that are like Kingdom 11. 7 billion points worth of troops have been killed by this individual. It's, you're not going to get in the top 100 for a long, long time playing on this kingdom. So don't really worry about it too much. I mean, you get points for it. Awesome. I believe that the points you get here carry over. So if it doesn't say that the points are lost or the progress is lost, then you probably do get to carry over. I have none because I've attacked nobody. Okay, War Games. This one ends in 3 hours and 25 minutes. And this is another one that gives you tournament points. But this gives you a different reward. This is 25% health, army, and strength. But again, this is across all kingdoms, so you're not going to be able to get these points until your kingdom's been around and you've leveled up and you've been around. I mean, I've got a level 3 hero. This is level 315 hero. I don't know how long that would take. Probably 5, 6 months, 8 months? Don't know. It takes quite a while, even for a dedicated player. Unless you spent a lot of money on it. Then you could push it faster. So one of the key trigger points is getting a hero to level 10. A lot of these things can't be done until you're level 10 at all, and it'll say that here. So this is one of them. I can't even look at it until I'm level 10. So it doesn't really matter right now. So then there's a break. It says get ready. That's just saying these are the tournament options that are coming up. They're not here yet. They're coming up though. And so you can click through and look at these. These are the big ones here. So where it says more Scrolls of Triumph, Scrolls of Triumph are used for a couple of different things, but Arachne Swarm is one, Doomsday is one that follows the day after. There's 4 or 5 of them that cycle through on a regular basis. So an epic mob is much higher level, has vast swarms of troops with them. You're not going to kill them. Just not going to happen. And so when you go to attack them, you just go in knowing you're going to lose everything. Everything will be killed. But you'll get massive quantities of either valor points or conquest points and or some other rewards too, generally speaking. In my opinion, it's well worth it. Just know that you're going to lose stuff, and it's going to cost you gold or sacred potions to revive them, or you ditch the troops and train new ones. That's generally the consensus is the best bet to go forward with. And again, once the tournament's over, then those who rank in the top 100 get some additional bonuses. So this one awards valor points. This one awards valor points also, but the difference is the prior one lets you attack with all of your captains. This one is one at a time. Different rewards, different bonuses. It's just, variation, but it's much the same. This and this aren't going to matter until you're level 10. Every 7 days, Clash for the Throne takes place. And I think it's 7 days. And the intent is those top 100 players all get to vote and pick who the king is going to be for the next cycle. And then that king can define new laws. They can choose who they want to punish and who they want to prosper. And it's politics. There's a fair bit of politics to go on. And depending on the people you have on your server, it can get a lot of strife going, because you get people that get pretty wound up about it, and they don't always treat people fairly, and there's a lot of discussion about that kind of thing, but that's what the game is about, right? And then trade routes doesn't matter until kingdoms are unlocked, so it doesn't matter. Can't do that one. And then these are some other ones that are coming up. I have not really got a lot of information about what these are, because a lot of these I haven't even seen. Or maybe these are some of the temporary ones. Yeah, these are the temporary ones that last for 1 to 2 hours. That cycle through every day. So I don't usually worry too much about rolling forward. This one here is a new one that got started 2 or 3 weeks ago, prior to this video. Another epic mob, or actually 2 epic mobs. Fenrir and Gormander, I think. Or something of that nature. But anyway, I found the rewards for this very, very good. It was handled a little differently than some of the epic mobs, so it was a bit of a trial to see how it worked. I don't know if the rewards are always going to be the same way, but we'll see going forward. So these are the active ones that are special for this event, which is just Easter. Obviously, when this is over at the end of this week, it won't come back again until next year, but there will be others for other, at least US holidays anyway. And don't ask me why it's biased that way when it's made by people that don't live in the US, but that's what it is. Probably because that's where the market is. I'm not even sure that's true, because there's a lot of people from Europe, and yeah, I don't know. Anyway, okay, so there's a variety of activities going on here, all kind of loosely associated. So we'll start at the bottom. It can be difficult to determine which ones to focus on and which ones to worry about. I think, in my opinion, the best bet is to just go look through all of them, see what they're requiring, see if any of them can be acted on. If you can finish one off, great. A lot of times that leads to bonuses in another category. So these are earning carrots, and you get carrots from getting Easter eggs. Well, where do the Easter eggs come from? You start out with the daily quests, which are these down here: daily jobs and daily quests. You finish these quests, you get these carrot seeds. So once you get the carrot seeds, you can summon a carrot monster. Well, you summon a carrot monster by left clicking and build, and you can build a carrot monster if you have enough points, and I don't. So it requires 15 carrot seeds. I only have 3, so I can't summon a carrot monster. Again, this is going to work much better in a player-generated clan where you have active players helping each other out, working together. So this is kind of a mini epic mob where you summon this level 5 carrot, and your hero is the only is the only character that can attack it. And you have to do it over and over again. It takes 40 seconds minimum to get to the carrot, no matter where you place it, even if it's right next to a portal. Normally a portal gives you virtually instant access to something when it's right next to it, or just a couple seconds. But the way this is set up, it's minimum 40 seconds. If it's nowhere near a portal, then it's going to be whatever your runtime is from your city to that carrot, and that could be quite a bit of time. It's difficult to kill this carrot. If you can kill it, you get a chest. If you don't kill it, you still get rewards for attacking it. You still get carrots for attacking it. It's just a bigger bonus if you can kill it. So I can't summon it, so it doesn't matter. So I'm not going to be able to show you that or anything of that nature. So I'll look at the next one. So killing werebeast squads. So that's what all these werewolves are. That's all that's in these squads is just werewolves. So these gives me experience and valor points. Those are your general standard winning items. And then it also gives me wolf coins. Wolf coins are used for other rewards and other contests. But I've got 3 stacks of troops here, and there's no way I could take this on. I don't have enough forces to do it because it's a level 27 mob group, or 17 I guess. So obviously out of my league. But that's what that one is. That's what's driving that one, is the more of those you can get yourself ranked. You get up to the Easter basket. I have a reward of some kind in here. So the top row is free. I get these by earning Easter eggs. The more Easter eggs I have, the more I can gain. For this, I get a reward right off the bat. Don't have to earn anything. I get a 5% increase to my experience and valor points. Lasts until the end of this event, which right now is 1 day and 1 hour away. I'll have to earn 30 more to get this one. Now, you can buy this Easter pass, and that means at 0 you get this and this free right off the bat. And that is a border which goes around your hero. This particular one is just visual only, doesn't do anything. There are other borders that give you bonuses, permanent bonuses, that are like plus 2.5% to army strength for all your army in perpetuity, even if you don't have that border up. So they can be worth it. This is going to cost money, you know. If you want to pass, it's $10. This is also retroactive, so if you've earned a whole bunch of Easter eggs and you've got up to here, say, and then decide, oh, I'm going to buy that pass, well, then it gives you access to all of the ones on that second tier up to the same point, as long as you get it before the end of the tournament, which is tomorrow. So then the next one is the Easter Hunt. So this is another new epic squad. This is the first time I've seen it. It's just like Arachne or Doomsday, and there's also a Shadow City that didn't show up in the list I was scanning through, but it's out there as well. So this is it's the same deal. You attack it. If you get enough tournament points, you can get these Scrolls of Triumph, and I'll show you where those are used in just a minute. And if you earn 7520, then you can get this, which gives you, like I was telling you, a new frame for your character, and it gains 2.5% bonus to your army strength permanent. So, you know, if you can get it, awesome. It's a permanent gain forever, and to everything that you build. All right, so let's go ahead and step through a couple of things again, just kind of as a reminder, but I think that pretty much covers the bulk of the introduction I wanted to go over. I think the only thing I didn't show you was this. This is the map of the world. You can't zoom out on it, so it's always showing you a set amount. All of these red dots, those are other cities. Every single one of those is another player. Now, some of them might not be playing anymore, but they were cities created by a player who have an account on this kingdom. This blue diamond here, sort of diamond, represents this is where you are. So you can click somewhere in the map and it will go to that part of the map. So you can pan around if you want. If the clutter of cities is annoying, you can hide them by clicking this. And I'll show you just the terrain. I guess one thing to note, this blue boundary represents a clan that has a capital. So in this case, they have a fort here, which extends their influence, and this is their capital. So this is a clan capital for a clan called Big Black Bears, and BBB is their title. The clan wealth and clan might. There's 60 people in it. They primarily speak English. You can only join it through a request. And you can do that by clicking send request. If they're full, you're going to have to wait, or they might just reject you out of hand. They're probably going to say something about we follow the kingdom rules of engagement, and you would have to go find that to see what they are for your server. Typically, it's going to be something like a channel down here. Let's see if I can just guess and get it. So say we're in Kingdom 97 ROE. Typically capital, and see if I can join it. If I can't find it, it'll tell me that. If it's there, it'll join it. So somebody created this channel, but they've never chatted in it, so there's nothing here. So that's not the right name for it. So I'll go ahead and leave it. Probably your best bet is to go in here and ask. There's typically going to be a channel for ROE, for the rules of engagement for this kingdom. There's going to be a channel for how to handle gold mines. There's going to be a channel for handling tar. Can't remember what they're called. They're not a tar mine, but they're handled the same as a mine. And then there may or may not be a few other channels about the courts, about violations of rules of engagement, about outlaws. There could be 7 or 8 different channels. And so typically your best bet is to ask in here. You might be able to find it by scrolling back and see if somebody else has asked and somebody had answered to tell you, oh yeah, there's, this is where you go. That's one way to do it. Or you can just ask, hey, I'm looking for the ROE channel, could somebody tell me what it is, and go from there. The ROEs that I have been, this is a requirement, so they wouldn't even accept you if your might here is less than 25,000, and mine's 1/10 of that. So anyway, you can pan around and look and see what you can find. If you go out to the edge and you see land across the way, that is probably another kingdom. So if I was to come over here and I wanted to interact with something on this other kingdom, it's going to tell you interaction with this kingdom is temporarily unavailable. That means your kingdom is locked and their kingdom is locked. So you can't do anything with it. If you were to go to the world view, global map, you can see all the kingdoms. So we're in kingdom 97, I think we said. I'm not sure why that wasn't centered, but that's here. Yeah. So there's the name of the king currently, and the clan he's in. And this is the #1 player on the kingdom. If we went to an unlocked kingdom, that is not an unlocked kingdom. Oh, it is an unlocked kingdom. So if you click somewhere and it doesn't give you that message that it's unavailable, that means it's an unlocked kingdom. So if I wanted to teleport here, and I had the actual item that allows me to do it, I could move my city to this kingdom. I don't have it, so I can't do that, but if I did, I could do that. Same thing with portal. I could open a portal over here if I wanted to try and attack a town over here, then that would give me that option, but obviously I would lose. And then the same build option that's available on my own kingdom, same thing here. Just as I can't build in another kingdom. I have to move my city first, then I can build there. Well, I've never done that, so that's why. Alright, so I can just click this and go back to my kingdom, or back to my capital, which is 2230 kilometers away. If I'm in my kingdom and I go to build something, this carrot option is only showing up because of the current tournament situation, but the other things will show up most of the time. So the items that it allows you to build are dependent on the square that it's on. Holy cow, that's the first time I've seen a square that allows me to build everything. It's interesting. So if I build on a sand dune, iron and steel production and silver and tractate. So steel and scientific tractates are clan produced and used resources. You don't actually use them yourself, but you as a city would use iron and silver. I can build a village, which produces silver. I can build a farmer's house, which produces food. And I can build a sawmill. It's going to let me do all of them here, which is kind of strange. Maybe it's level dependent. I'm not sure. I know that in my kingdom, with my level character, I would only be able to build maybe a gold mine and a silver mine on that particular square. But this one's giving me options for everything, so I'll just go through it. The amount that you can get from whatever you build here is determined by your level. It's tiered on 5 level increments. So at level 5 you get 1 item. At level 10 you get, sorry, not 1 item, you get 1 maximum. At level 10 you get a different maximum. At 15 you get a different maximum. At 20 you get a different maximum. So I don't have the components I need to build this, so I can't show you what it gives you, I don't think. And I have found that pretty much for the most part, farmers' houses are worthless. You get so much food from the things that are going on in your clan, you always have excess food. So it's pretty pointless to plant a farmer's house and then mine that food. You're better off mining the other resources, either silver to build troops, or raw resources to build structures in your capital, or in your city, I mean. So obviously sawmill would let you put a sawmill down. And if you had the Okay, so yeah, A, I don't have a capital high enough level, and B, I can't build it on a sand dune. It has to be on one of these forest types, like this. So that makes sense. I'm not sure why it's showing me that if I can't build it. If I could build it, it would have 600,000 lumber in it, and it would sit there for 5 days if I didn't mine it out first, or somebody else mined it out first. However, in order to place down one of these, it requires architects, what do they call it? Oops, correct. Try that again. These architects' blueprints. Well, I have 2 of them. I don't know how many it takes to plant this lowest level one, but it's probably 5. It's a good way to get resources if you have access to the resource scores that allow you to build it. You do the same for mining. So this would give you iron, it'd give you 600,000 iron. This would give you stone for 600,000 stone. This is gold. Gold is much lower. You only get 100 of them, 100 gold. It's hard to acquire gold. So keep that in mind when you're playing. You don't want to burn through your gold unless you're willing to spend money to keep replenishing your gold supply. So reviving troops with gold is extremely expensive, and there are other things you're going to want to buy with gold. So the general consensus from everybody I've talked to and from what I've seen is if you're not willing to spend money to keep your gold supply and revival potions supply up, then your best bet is when you lose troops that are killed in a fight, just get rid of them and rebuild them with silver, because silver is much easier to come by. It takes time. You have to go farm a silver mine somewhere, and you get it as rewards in tournaments and chests and things much more frequently. You burn through it fairly fast, but you are better off to go that route for sure. And then you get down to the clan resources. So first of all, you have to have a clan, and second of all, you have to have a whole bunch of resources in order to put these down. You can't build anything until you have a capital. Capital's going to take you 50 million resources to plant. Well, that's pretty tough for one player to do unless you're very high level. So typically what you do is you form your clan, and then you start getting people in the clan to send one individual the resources. So obviously you're going to have to trust that individual not to waste those resources on something else, and you try and get everybody in the clan, all clan members in the clan, to contribute and add to that until that individual gets those resources to be able to build that. That's the big one. The rest of them aren't as expensive by comparison, but you have to have this first or you can't build anything else. Once you have the capital, you can build a fort. A fort just extends your influence and provides a place for people to hide their troops in a defensive posture other than their city, which is pertinent during certain events or once the kingdom starts becoming open, which will happen quite a ways down the road. Your university takes silver. So once you build it, it takes regular resources, lumber, stone, and iron. But once you build it, it starts producing scientific tractates. Scientific tractates allow you to research in your capital, in your clan, for the same types of things that you can research for yourself. But instead of affecting just you, the things you research in the clan university affect everybody in your clan as long as they're within the boundaries of your clan influence. But every hour it uses 300,000 silver in order to produce 150 of these research points. As you level this up, the ratio gets better. The consumption rate for some things does increase as they level up, but the production rate also increases as you level up, and it becomes more efficient over time. I don't have one to show you, so unfortunately I can't do that this time. So anyway, clan university allows you to research things. Takes silver to power it. Clan timber harvesting takes your lumber and makes boards out of it. Boards are used to upgrade structures in the clan. So you build your clan capital, but then it takes refined resources to build it up. So it turns stone into cement, lumber into boards, and iron into steel. And those refined components are what are used to actually upgrade the structures after they're built. So this one consumes wood, lumber, in order to make boards. This one consumes stone to make cement. Sorry, I said that wrong. This one consumes iron to make steel. This one consumes stone to make cement. And then the temple consumes food. So this goes back to what I said earlier. You have a lot of extra food, which is good because you need it to drive this. This produces I think I said that wrong earlier. This produces religious tractates. The university produces research tractates, the red books. So these allow you to create bonuses that can last anywhere from 1 day to 7 days for everybody in the clan within the clan boundaries. That can double your production rate of food or silver or resources you're producing in your town. So when I'm talking about clan boundaries, let's see if I can find that clan again. I didn't bookmark it, so I don't remember where it was. I'm just going to jump around randomly. I hope I don't step my foot in quicksand or whatever. It's a joke. There's no quicksand. Oh, come on. Somebody's got to have a clan somewhere. There might not be many clans in this server because there isn't. Oh, there we go. Okay, so what I'm talking about within your clan boundaries, so they've got a clan capital. They've got... doesn't look like they got much of anything else. Okay, so here they've got a clan mason. Here's a fort. So the influence of the city is probably, just around the capital, about like this, but it can grow. So the more people help each other, the bigger this boundary is, and the more help is required to maintain that boundary. You put down a fort, and it extends that influence further out. Now, the further away from your capital you place this fort, the more expensive it gets. If you get out here like 20 tiles away, you're going to be spending probably 15 to 20 million resources to build a fort, which gains you nothing other than area of influence. It's helpful for a variety of reasons to expand your area of influence, but the further out you try and extend it, the more expensive it becomes. I mean, it can get to billions very quickly without really going all that far. About 30 or 40 squares away from your capital and you're spending 3 billion on resources to build a fort, and it wouldn't even connect your influence. You'd have a fort isolated off to the side and not connected to your capital in terms of area of influence, which is what this blue boundary is. Now, one thing I do know is an issue, or is at least more complicated on a mobile device, especially telephones. It's hard to find these boundaries, and so it's something you have to be very careful of when you try and go mine a resource, that it isn't on clan lands, because it can cause some conflicts with the clan whose resources you're stealing, basically. They have the right to attack you and drive you off, so you gotta be careful about that. So for instance, if I was searching around and I tried to take this on, they might attack me and drive me off. If I'm using a watchtower on my phone and I zoom in on this, I might not realize that this is inside a clan boundary just because it's only shaded out here at the edge, and if I'm only looking at this much of it, I'm not going to necessarily know. If I'm paying attention, I will, because there's a fort and a mason there and a foundry down here, but it's easy to miss, so you got to be careful about that. The only other thing you got here is this just shows your city on the map. Sorry, it just recenters it on the map. This shows your clan capital if you have one, especially if, say, you're here and your clan capital is over here somewhere. It'll let you jump right to the clan capital without having to figure out where it is. It's typically in your favor by far to be able to move your city to your clan capital once a clan is joined that is, player generated. But it costs money. You need 27,000 to get a in-kingdom city teleport. So sometimes, especially early on, you might join a clan and you might not have the gold, so you're going to have to save up and get the gold you need. I mean, I've got 2.61 thousand gold, 2,610 gold. Long ways away. I'm a tenth of the way there. It's going to take a while. So I think that's it. I believe I've covered all the basics of the game and even a few more advanced topics that I've touched on briefly, but I have at least covered all the primary basic entities within the screen. So I'll let it go there, and I will probably make a few more shorter videos that talk about specific actions, specific activities, thoughts, ideas about how to approach certain scenarios that you can do a search for and look up. So thank you for your time, and everybody take care. Thank you everyone for your time. I appreciate you watching what I have to say and hope that it gave you some value. If you feel like that was of value and you'd like to contribute, there is a link to a PayPal donation button if you'd like. Please feel free to like and subscribe. I don't know how many more videos I'll make, but I'll be adding some short ones and some additional comments as people make requests for things that I can give some information on where I can. And I wish you all a good day.